Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, why parents in a local school district are upset at how COVID-19 tracing is being handled.
Plus, we take a look at the strain on hospitals as COVID-19 cases rise.
And what protesters are doing now to stop a Minnesota pipeline project. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
Good evening, everyone. Some West Fargo parents are concerned with the way the school district is keeping them informed on who has COVID-19.
The district is relying on health department notifications and avoiding contact tracing, which is what the CDC says is an effective strategy to reduce COVID-19 transmission in schools.
Valley News Team's JC Dodd learned the health department is not providing close contact tracing letters within the West Fargo school district.
I want some more transparency.
The mom, who didn't want to be identified, contacted our whistleblower hotline after she says she tried for weeks to get answers from the district over the lack of contact tracing.
It's just hard getting clear answers from the school board and superintendent about what is being done in the schools.
She says the school told her the state health department will send letters to those in close contact with someone positive for COVID-19. She later found out that's not the case.
They are not sending out letters to close contacts, and that they're only contacting family members of positive cases. And she just said that the system's too overwhelmed right now, so they aren't able to provide these letters.
In an email, West Fargo school officials indicated the district has asked the Department of Health to confirm this. And if it's true, they will have to reevaluate the current requirements.
West Fargo has said that we have to have a letter to have an excused absence to quarantine our kids.
However, State Department of Health officials tell me they are not providing close contact tracing for those in the West Fargo school district, meaning official letters of close contact will not be sent to parents who want to quarantine their kids.
We feel like we've been put in a position where we can't make that personal decision to do that without risking our kids' education and potentially them being considered truant.
In West Fargo, JC Dodd, Valley News Live.
We then reached out to the district on how they plan to move forward without having the health department's letters of close contact. Haven't heard back yet. As for other schools in the metro, both the Fargo and Moorhead school districts are conducting contact tracing. This story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. If you need help with an issue, call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will go to work to help you find resolution.
At least 4 different restaurants in downtown Fargo say they've dealt with a scammer, and tonight they're warning others to be on the lookout. So far, staff at Dempsey's, Side Street, the Radisson's Level 2, and Mezzaluna all say that they've dealt with a man who claims staff spilled wine on his wife's dress. He shows a fake dry cleaning receipt and asks to be reimbursed.
I was like, no, you're scamming us, I already know. And he's like, no, I'm not, I'm really not, like, here, and showed me everything in the paper, and I was like, okay, well, I'll let my owners know, and then we'll get back to you, and then he just booked it out and left.
And the man's receipt says it comes from Concord Cleaners. That's a business based only in Kentucky. The man is white, he's in his 40s or 50s with a slim build. Haldy says the man was wearing a baseball cap and had a southern accent.
Hope you have your lawn work taken care of. If not, you may want to get it done now. Hutch is here with word on your Wednesday weather planner. Hutch.
Stacy, thanks so much. Good evening, everyone. We're tracking some rain that's heading our way, and there's going to be a lot of it for some of us. Let's get right to it. First and foremost, a look from the Hankinson area from our Dakota Magic Casino camera there, showing some hazy skies thanks to smoke and fires out on the west coast. Tomorrow, first alert weather day. Not for severe storms, but for rain. We'll have some thunderstorms making their way through the area overnight, mainly after 2 a.m., pushing into our region as we go towards morning, and then all day passing showers, at times heavy, throughout much of the area. Many of us will get a good 1/4 of an inch. Most of us will get 1 to 3 inches. That's right, some will get as many as 3 inches. The best chance of that far south, maybe even up in portions of northeast, North Dakota and the Northern Valley. So as you can see, even areas in blue here, a good shot at a 1/4 inch of rain. Right now, showers and a few rumbles of thunder out there. We'll track this and have your hour-by-hour forecast in just a moment.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch.
3 people were detained by police in Bemidji this morning over the report of gunshots in the 900 block of 26th Street Northwest. Police, however, found no evidence that a gun was used. They're working with property managers to examine surveillance video from that area. If you know anything in this case, call 218-333-9111 and leave your tip. We're working to find out more details into an ongoing internal investigation within the West Fargo Police Department. It involves the assistant police chief, who has been placed on paid administrative leave. We have learned that the investigation is unrelated to criminal matters. Assistant Chief Jerry Boyer has been with the department for 15 years, over 15 years in fact, and he's been in law enforcement for over 20 years.
As COVID numbers continue to rise across the valley, healthcare officials warn hospitals are running out of room. Sanford Health Vice President Dr. Doug Griffin says the Fargo hospitals are at capacity with 34 COVID patients, 8 in the ICU, and 500 regular patients.
We're strained. We absolutely intend to care for every patient that needs our care. But it might mean longer waits. It might mean some things get delayed if they're not urgent or emergent. So,
Dr. Griffin says COVID is adding another layer of burden on the hospital staff, straining their resources, and he expects it to only get worse in the coming months.
North Dakota, like many parts of the country, continues to have shortages in hospital capacity. Governor Doug Burgum is putting the blame on the summer spike in COVID-19 cases. His approach to handling the pandemic this year is similar to last year's. He's taking the individual responsibility route, and he's asking North Dakota residents to get vaccinated. According to the health department, 77.2% of North Dakotans aged 65 and older are vaccinated. It's the 52% for everyone else eligible. Burgum blames the high contagion associated with Delta and pleaded to the public to do what you can to bring the rates down.
Folks have a choice. They can choose to be vaccinated, or they can choose to not be. With the spread of COVID, choosing to not be vaccinated is also perhaps a choice that at some point you're going to get COVID.
Burgum said there are no plans to establish field hospitals for pushing for equipment.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, an update on the latest approach protesters are using to stop a Minnesota pipeline from being replaced.
Temperatures for all locations between 75 and some reaching those low 80s, including us here in the FM area. A few rumbles of thunder out there. Rain is going to be a much more common thing across our area overnight and throughout the entire day tomorrow. Hour by hour forecast is coming up. Join me.